And now I'm pleased to give the floor to Stanisław IWAN. I saw Stanisław is here. He is full professor, Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Economics of Transport of Maritime University of Szczecin in Poland. First of all, let me say that our university is starting a new page together with Professor Stanisław, as he is the coordinator of new project that starts on the 1st of January. And this project is called Implementation of Sustainable Urban Development Goals in Transport Bachelor Degree, acronym ISDEGO. So we hope for productive cooperation. Returning to the conference, Professor Stanisław research activities focuses on issues related to urban logistics, application of telematics systems in logistics and transport, use of artificial intelligence methods in decision-making process, optimization and management of logistics and transport systems, as well as aspects of sustainable development and information society. And also, Professor Stanisław in his bio indicated that he is a fan of Tolkien, Star Wars, RPG, and board games. So we are looking forward to your presentation with topic the knowledge-based city logistics, the answer for the needs of for the future, and who knows, which maybe include your interests. Please, Stanislav, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you very much for the invitation and for this possibility. Sorry, I will not talk about Tolkien or board games or music. Maybe it could be a little bit more interested, but maybe next time. I hope we'll be able to talk about music or maybe play music when I will come to Kiev one time after the war. So I strongly believe that it will be possible very fast. And also, I'm very happy that our project will start soon. ISDEGO will be, in my opinion, very interesting project, and we will do many interesting things for all of us, for all of countries, for Germany, for Italy, for Ukraine, for Moldova, and also in Poland. So hello from Poland, from Szczecin, from northwest part of Poland. Very close to the Baltic Sea, but Szczecin is not at the Baltic Sea shore because we have 100 kilometers to the sea. And my presentation is in some kind related to both previous presentations, because I will talk a little bit about the drones, and also I will be talking about city logistics and new approaches for city logistics. And our colleague from in the first presentation talked about unloading bays as a solution. This is a very interesting solution, but I will try to show you what is the future of city logistics, probably. Okay, let's go. Hope you can see my presentation.
Yes, we see. Everything is okay.
Perfect. So my agenda, firstly, I would like to tell you something about transport megatrends. Transport megatrends are the basis of all the activities in transport, especially in road transport. Next, I will go to city logistics of today, and then I will tell you something about city logistics of the future. And the knowledge-based city logistics is the answer for the needs of the city logistics of the future, or maybe also for the city logistics of today. And at the end, I would like to show you the GrassNext project toolkit, which was prepared in cooperation with colleagues from Norway and colleagues from Vitronic company. In Norway, we cooperated with Institute for Transport Economics from Oslo. Okay, transport megatrends. We've got 6 general transport megatrends. First is electrification and electric vehicles. We can see all of them in many countries. I'm not sure what about Ukraine. Also, the situation is different than in other countries. But in many countries in Europe, we've got a lot of electric vehicles. And also, at the moment, we have a discussion about this solution. We discuss, is it efficient or not? But I don't want to talk about efficiency of electric vehicles. we can say that this is important megatrend. Autonomous vehicles. This is very, very important thing, very important topic, because I'm sure that in the future we will have many autonomous vehicles on our roads, and it will influence on city logistics as well. And new communications patterns. So we've got communication between vehicles, communication between infrastructure and vehicles and infrastructure. This is very important, and this is very strong related to development of smart city and sustainability and green transport. I think that it's not necessary to talk too much about that. This is very clear. And mobility as a service and delivery as a service. Usually we are talking about mobility as a service, but we have to consider that also we can look at deliveries as a service. We can use the same point of view. And sixth mega trend, intelligent transportation systems, development of these systems, and smart cities. And all these mega trends influence very strongly on city logistics. City logistics of today and the future. What do we know about city logistics of today? We know that city logistics is very important. That's the first topic. You can see at the slide, you can see how many sales we've got at e-commerce markets, and what is the difference between 2014 and estimated 2026. The increase of deliveries in e-commerce is incredible, and this market gives us incredible many US dollars. And we have to remember that for all these activities, we need deliveries. We need the vehicles which will go through our cities to deliver the goods. And probably I introduced this slide and the next one during my presentation 2 years ago, but I would like to remind it. This is a result of our analysis about very small part of Szczecin. This is pure center of the Szczecin, and look, average per entity. We have in this area 610 entities, different entities like retail entities, HoReCa, service entities, production plants, and average delivery per entity per week is per entity. Yes, per week is 6.5. It's a huge number. When we look at deliveries in e-commerce, you can see at these numbers. This is one day in July, 267 deliveries realized by one company per one this day. What about peak time? This is February. We had 342 deliveries realized by one company for one day in this very small area. And let's look at the Christmas peak in December. 536 deliveries per day realized by one company. This is really, really big number of deliveries during the day. And what are the problems? We've got the number of vehicles, vans and trucks increasing, still increasing. We've got traffic emissions, increase of traffic emissions, transportation congestion, of course, noise level increase. There is a shortage of parking spaces. It was the problem which were presented in previous presentation. There is a shortage of places designated for unloading operations. This is very, very big problem in all cities. The technical conditions of roads are not so good. There are difficulties in managing the transport system, and there are difficulties in the distribution of goods, and problems in waste management and garbage collection increasing, and the number of road accidents is increasing as well, and many, many, many other problems. And what don't we know about city logistics? Where is the major topic? Where is the major challenge for us? For example, we don't know what is the real environmental impact of city logistics. We've got a lot of data, we've got some analysis, we've got some models, but generally we don't know what is the real environmental impact. It means what is the impact of the vehicles who are related to city logistics in the area of the chosen city. We don't know what are the routes and travel patterns of urban freight transport. Very important problem, because if we want to organize, for example, unloading bays, we should know what is the travel pattern of the vehicle which will use this unloading bays. If we plan to rebuild roads in the city, if we plan to improve the roads condition, we should know what are the routes, what is the travel pattern of urban freight transport, and of course expectations of different stakeholders groups, and what we should expect in the future. I told you something about megatrends, and look at city logistics from this perspective. The first topic, very strong related to unloading bays. At the moment, we have these solutions in some countries. This is the example from Barcelona. This is the system of unloading base booking. Using the mobile app, I can choose unloading bay at the area of the city, and I can first check if this unloading bay is available in the chosen time period, and I can book this unloading bay for my vehicle. And the next very important topic is that city services can check if the car is not in the same place too long. It means if the unloading bay is not so long occupied by the vehicle. A very similar system was developed in Kalisz in Poland. At the moment, they made the experiment under the project, and they implemented 2 places like that. They use Bosch system for the analysis, Bosch detector, and they also developed the application which is used for booking of this unloading bays for the vehicle in the chosen available time period. Okay, this is the improvement of the solution, which is very well known. What next? Important answer for the city logistics of the future is out-of-home deliveries. It was a pleasure to prepare with Olga and some colleagues the paper about parcel lockers in Poland, in Ukraine, and in Italy. Parcel lockers, this is type of out-home deliveries. And out-of-home deliveries, this is probably the future of city logistics, because we don't want to have couriers in my house during my working time period. I don't want to have courier calling me, hello, I have a parcel for you, and then I have to answer him, sorry, but I'm at work, I can come to my house, and courier say, sorry, I will back to the magazine, to the warehouse with this parcel. Put up, pick up and drop off points and automatic parcel machines are very promising solutions for that. And look at the data. At the moment in European Union and UK, Poland is in 2022, it was at the first place considering the number of deliveries realized as out-of-home deliveries. In next years, we expect, we talk about that with DPD company, this is our partner in some activities, and they say that this is probably the most important delivery system for the future. For example, in Poland, we've got at the moment 28,876 parcel machines. It was in 2022. Probably now we have a little bit more. Also, InPost company, the biggest company from Poland, which has used this solution, has parcel machines in many countries of the world. And also, we've got at the moment we had in 2022 in Poland 29,518 PUDOs. So it means that this is very, very popular. On the other hand, I know that it's not so popular, for example, in Italy. Autonomous vehicles, the next very important topic. We have 5 levels of autonomization of the vehicles, but I don't want to talk about autonomous cars. I want to talk about autonomous vehicles for deliveries. That one on the left, this is special vehicle which is prepared for cooperation with parcel machines. This vehicle puts the parcels in the parcel machine. Very, very interesting solution. And the company which has developed this vehicle also is the producer of parcel machines. The next element of the future, probably, who knows, small autonomous vehicles. These kind of vehicles were tested in many countries. At the moment, we can say that this is on the experimental level, but I think that in the future we can see the vehicles like that on our streets. Of course, we can talk about drones, but honestly, at the moment, these solutions are on experimental level. There are some small practical implementations, but not on the biggest scale. For sure, Amazon made some experiments, but as I know, there are only experiments. At the moment, we can't imagine that we will be able to use drones for deliveries directly in a city, because we have big houses with many flats, and this is the problem for the drone. But who knows, maybe in the future we will solve the problem with that. So due to that, we can see still increase the needs for data, information, and knowledge. And as the answer for that, we established the knowledge-based city logistics concept in GrassNext project. Knowledge-based city logistics is an approach focusing on data collection and transformation to the information resources for efficient city logistics measures, implementation, and development, and to optimize the freight flows at the urban areas, paying the special attention on the real-time data resources, information processes, and knowledge sharing. Okay, but the question is what we can do to get the data, what we can do to get real-time data. And I would like to show you some examples based on our toolkit prepared under GrassNext project. I have not so many time, I have only 4 minutes, so let me go a little bit faster in this presentation. Okay, as I said, this project was realized in cooperation with 2 partners, the Institute of Transport Economics from Oslo and Vitronic Machine Vision Polska from Kędzierzyn-Koźle, and we finished this project last year. And this is the website of the project. You are very welcome. You can go there and you can see many results of this project. And in work package 1, we was focused on the analysis, what is the status, what is the state of the art in the context of data, information, knowledge in city logistics. I don't want to talk about that too many. In work package 2, we analyzed some data acquisition tools. We analyzed NPR cameras, we analyzed loop detectors, we analyzed radars and lidars, and we also analyzed utilization of unmanned aerial vehicles. And at the end of this part of work, we prepared the comparative analysis to identify which of them are valuable in different types of data collection in the context of analysis of city logistics. Next work package was directly focused on utilization of drones. In this work package, we established the idea of drones grid. This is example of drones grid. The ambition was to prepare special algorithms which will be able to analyze the figures, the pictures from few drones. In this experiment, we used 3 of them. And it was very important to identify the vehicles at these pictures and to send this information to the other drones. It means that we wanted to call direct cooperation between these drones in the drones grid. And we used this kind of drones. We made some experimental flights on different heights and with different, for example, resolutions of the cameras. And also we use different algorithms for image processing and analysis. And at the end, we use firstly this data for the analysis of the number of vehicles on the chosen road sections, but from the perspective of city logistics. And this is very related topic for the first presentation in this part, in this session. Look at that. This is the analysis using the drone of the occupation of road line by delivery vehicle, by van. And we can see what was happening on the line. We can see what is the congestion at this area, okay? Next, we analyze the patterns of the vehicles according to the major ambition in this project, okay? I will do that faster, sorry. Okay, I will not talk. Good. And the results of this analysis were very, very optimistic, and it was possible to identify the vehicles. And why we do that? We did it to analyze the route of the vehicle, because we wanted to identify vehicle by one drone. Based on this data, we wanted to identify what was the travel pattern of this vehicle, considering the image from the second and third drone. Based on that, it was possible to identify the route of the vehicle, and the results of this analysis were very, very optimistic. And next, we prepared the special application for the analysis of pollution. It was very important for us. And we were focused on local pollution because this is the most important problem for cities. And generally, it's very hard to analyze the pollution at the city area. We've got a lot of wind, a lot of different elements, structural elements. And it's impossible to use point analysis, because in this case, we should use many detectors for many points on the road section. So due to that, we use the mathematical models to prepare the special app. And in this app, based on some data related to the localization, related to radar detector, because we use for this analysis radar detectors, detectors topo. These detectors are very interesting because it's possible to identify the localization of this detector, because they cooperate with the GPS system. And based on this, it was possible to generate the pollution pattern, considering, for example, wind, considering the weather conditions. Based on that, we prepared the support for cities to prepare sustainable urban logistic plans. Sustainable urban logistics plans are the plans which can support development of urban logistics at the city area. And sometimes these plans are part of some sustainable urban mobility plans, but sometimes we can prepare them as separate documents. And we prepared in this project a special handbook for cities, for administration to establish these solutions. Okay, some conclusions. Sorry, I'm out of time, probably. And let me say one important thing. Talking about future city logistics, it's necessary to consider telematics tool for data collection. It's important to consider independent tool like drones, like radars or lidars. And it's very important to prepare special models which will be able to analyze the impact of city logistics activities of the vehicles in city logistics on the environment. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Yes, Stanislav, thank you very much. Before we go to the question, let me mention, you said about the statistics of electronic vehicles, yes, at the beginning of your presentation, and said you don't know the situation. Don't know the situation in Ukraine. I just want to mention that we have quite good statistic. Why? Because we don't have import tax for electric vehicles. That's why I think during past years it has increasing rapidly, and really we have a lot of electric mobiles here.
Let me sorry, Olga. What about charging infrastructure in Ukraine? This is very important.
Yeah, this is the main. This is the main point. If you don't have infrastructure, it can increase and can be developing at all. So yes, for today, and not even for today, for last few years, it improved a lot. Yes, about 10 years, 7 years ago, I think so. It was really bad situation with infrastructure, with charging. But now we have online map. We have companies which are developing this topic. And despite the war, despite the situation in Ukraine, it is. I think it's because of Green Deal, because of green transition. Yeah, sure. So we have European. Let's say rules and European direction. That's why this topic is relevant, and I could say that it's not close for us. We are developing in general. This situation is better than even before war. Okay, do we have question? Yeah. Oh, please. No. Okay, please. Yes.
Good morning. Sorry, good afternoon. Already good afternoon. We are working all day.
I know that.
Good afternoon, dear Professor Stanisław IWAN. Thank you very much. It's okay, yeah? Thank you very much for a very interesting reports. And I have a question of general nature. Today there is a concept of smart city logistics that solves analogical problems, analogical tasks. What does the concept of smart city logistics differ from knowledge-based city logistics?
This is a good question. Generally, we can say that this is very similar concept because smart city logistics arise from the idea of smart cities. And in knowledge-based city logistics, because we started to work on this idea 3-4 years ago, and we wanted to underline the need of knowledge management in city logistics. Smart city logistics, let's say, doesn't underline this issue. And what we have to say, smart city logistics is very strong related to Internet of Things, to technological issues. But in knowledge-based city logistics, I hadn't got enough time to talk about that more. But in knowledge-based city logistics, we also want to consider the expectations of different stakeholders in city logistics and development of sustainable urban logistics plans, which are not only related to technological improvement of city logistics, but also are very strongly focused on organizational issues and on development of, as I said, the issues which are related to different expectations of city logistics stakeholders. So this is very similar, but in my opinion, knowledge-based city logistics is a little bit more focused on, let's say, on human knowledge. That's the point. Thank you.
Yes, thank you again. Thank you, Stanisław, for your presentation and topic, and very interesting discussion.